Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. K and Mrs. Zimmerman again. And we're back with our last math lesson of the year. Oh, we're going to be so sad not to be able to do this anymore because we have fun getting together. And Mrs. Zimmerman, is going to do some more work with her boat in the ocean. Remember, sea level? Sea level is 0, remember? So Mrs. Zimmerman, will you take it away?
I would love to, you guys. Mrs. K is right. So you guys remember my little fish, right? In my boat and how he was 8 feet below sea level. And yesterday I was hanging out with Thompson Henry like I've been doing every day. And we were coloring. And before I show you what I decided to color, I have to show you what happened to Henry. So, Mrs. K, can you see Henry there?
I can.
Yeah, you see? So, I was working on my drawings for you guys, and Henry and Thomas were doing their own drawings, and I was just so excited to draw for you guys. I wasn't paying that much attention to Henry. And he literally covered his whole self. You can see his hands, his jammies, the table, all of it.
You know, Mrs. Zimmerman, I do also notice on that marker box that it does say washable markers. That's a good thing.
Goodness, because yeah, it was a mess. And we were laughing pretty hard. It was pretty funny. So I figured I would share with you guys.
So Thomas didn't think he needed to do that, did he?
No, Thomas was very focused. He actually made some pictures for our mailman. So that was really nice of him. Anyways, so my drawing, you guys remember, okay, so you remember my little fish, right? And he was 8 feet below sea level, and so that was a -8. Well, I thought to myself, why not add a few more marine wildlife? So here's my fish, and now I have a little octopus down here. And my octopus is 3 feet below the fish. See that? So yeah, my octopus is 3 feet below sea level. So we have -3. And I want to know, combined, how much are they below sea level together in all? How far are they below sea level? Okay, so if you think about it, in all, combined, those all are keywords for addition. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to be adding and subtracting integers. Negatives and positives, okay? Remember we did that lesson, so we're coming back to it. And so what I have is an example for you, okay? It matches our fish and our octopus. Our fish is -8 feet plus our octopus, which is -3 feet. So we're adding 2 negative numbers, all right? Now, the best way that I can teach you how to do this is by using a number line, okay? Now, you don't have to use a number line, but I'm going to show you how to start. And then if you figure it out, you're like, oh, I don't need a number line, then fine, don't use one, okay? So the easiest thing to do when you're using a number line is to just start with whatever your first number is, okay? So our first number is -8. So I've got a dot on -8. Okay, you just put a dot wherever you're starting. Now I am going to add -3. So add -3.
So am I going left or right on the number line?
I am going to go left.
Because
a -3. So I started at my 8, I went -1, -2, -3. So my answer is -11. drop my paper. Okay, so because we're combining those two negatives, how far down is my fish and my octopus total? -11, -8 plus the -3. So when you have two negatives, you do it just like this.
So if I have two negatives,
Yep.
all I have to do is add the numbers and keep the negative sign.
Yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, if you want to use a number line, go for it. Or if you think of a better way, you can do it in your head. That's even great too. Okay. So now we just did negative. What if we have a negative and a positive? Ooh, okay. So this time, again, we're going to start with -8. Okay. So I'm going to put my dot on -8. But I have a +3, so I'm going to move 3 to the right because it's positive. You're moving to the right when it's positive. So 1, 2, 3 to the right this time. So now my answer is -5. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you could think about this. Mrs. K, you always use the example of a thermometer. So how could we do this one if we were thinking about a thermometer?
Well, if we were at -8 or 8 below 0 on the thermometer and the temperature got warmer, we got 3 degrees warmer, we would go up 1, 2, 3. So we would be closer to 0 and it would be a -5, just like you have on your number line there.
Yeah, okay. So with some practice, these will kind of become easier for you. The first few probably might be a little bit tricky while you're figuring it out, but as you get more practice, you'll get good at it. Okay.
So Mrs. Zimmerman, can you hold that up again?
Oh, you bet.
So class, when we add a positive and a positive, we're going to add the numbers and keep the same sign. But when we have a negative and a positive, we subtract those two numbers. So, and then we keep the sign of the number we have the most of. So you can see that Mrs. Zimmerman took 8, take away 3. Those are her numbers, and that got her 5. And she has more negatives than positives, so she leaves it as a -5. So if you don't have a number line or that's confusing to you, that's another way you could do it.
You guys are going to have so many strategies. This will be great for you.